Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon for those joining us from other parts of the world, and welcome to the 6th Digital Health Society Summit. On behalf of Bladen Rees, Chair of the Digital Health Society, and myself. I'm Karolina Mackiewicz, and I'm the Innovation Director at the ECH Alliance. Over the years, the Digital Health Society and the Digital Health Society Summit established themselves as the place, a platform to foster collaboration among all stakeholders for better health, for better digital health for all around the globe. And this is why the Digital Health Society Summit that you're attending today and hopefully also tomorrow is free to provide healthcare knowledge to the widest group of people. This year, the topic of the summit, we decided to go for modernization in healthcare in the next 5 years. How will healthcare embrace digitalization at scale and catch up on other sectors? We are all aware that, and we are all using the banking services, online banking services, but we don't talk about the digital banking or e-banking. The use of the online services for financial transactions, it's so widespread and so used that we don't even think that this is digital anymore. But will this happen also in health? Will we stop talking about the digital health and just call the digital health health? So we still refer to the digital health as an innovation, as something new. We would like to explore over those 2 days how and how the healthcare system can catch up and embrace digitalization so that it's part of its operation, so that we can actually talk about the digitally enabled health system. We will have sessions that look at the challenges, how to overcome them, and we will also present the success stories in this field. I hope you will enjoy this day, today and also tomorrow. And I will now pass to my colleague Bladen Rees for a short introduction to the Digital Health Society and our community that stands behind this event.
Karolina, thank you, and good morning, everybody. So what is the DHS? Well, it's a legacy of the Estonian presidency of the European Union from 2017, and it involves multi-stakeholder involvement. And that is best illustrated by the types of organizations that are involved, and in particular, today's attendance. So we have 106 people from policymakers, so ministries of health, departments of health, local regional health organizations. We have 173 healthcare professionals and hospitals. We have 235 universities and researchers, and we have 165 companies. So turning a little more about the attendees, we have over 1,200 attendees from 112 countries. And for us, there are 2 firsts here. It's the first time that the summit has had more than 100 countries represented. And it's the first time that we have had all 27 member states from the European Union. So we're delighted with that. Turning to the job titles of people attending today, I'm not going to go through these, but what it illustrates for us is the multi-stakeholder diverse roles from the audience today. So turning then to what the DHS does. So a lot of thought leadership activities, best illustrated by the actual summit itself. The digital health and data activities of the Global Health Connector initiatives, and providing expertise for EU-funded and increasingly other international sources of funding for projects, hosting the AI Club, which I'll talk a little bit later about, and then planning hospital clubs, so watch this space, involved in benchmarking, collaborations for innovation, research, and commercial activities. So another example of the thought leadership is the calls to action on health data systems, which started 5 years ago and is continuing. Very delighted that we were in partnership with Deepak Kalra and his organization IHD, and illustrating the 7 recommendations that came out of these reports. I'm not going to talk about these now, except to say that we believe that these recommendations are as valid today as they were 5 years ago, and they are applicable to any healthcare system, we believe. So the end product of those roundtable events was publishing the 6 reports that you can see on screen. And I'm going to leave the QR code there for a few seconds, because if you scan it, you'll be able to find the actual reports themselves and download them if you wish to read them. The AI Club, which I mentioned briefly before, the idea of this is very much an informal knowledge sharing, discussing challenges and solutions of groups. It was led in the first year by Professor Rachel Dunscombe, who was on the UK's AI Council, and it's published its first report. So by all means, go to our website and take a look at that. It will restart in 2005. Turning then to the ecosystem network of the ECH Alliance, these are physical and geographic permanent ecosystems that have to meet 4 times a year to do stuff, not talk about doing stuff. The 2 most recent ecosystems are both in the US, in St. Louis and Chicago. And this network is an intelligence and implementation network. Very quickly, we have virtual ecosystems as a result of the pandemic, and these are on specific topics which you can see below. And then the last 2 years, turning to sort of policy, we have been at the United Nations General Assembly in New York and have organized health days at the Science Summit. So you can see from this slide, we've had speakers from the White House making announcements, as well as the chief nurse of the US Armed Forces, and also the speaker and co-chair of the UK Task Force. But moving us along quickly, here you can see visually the events that are around the globe. And then here are the QR codes for if you want to join our newsletter or become a member. A big thank you for our MSD and Global Health Connector partners. And with that, thank you, and I'll hand over.